All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do All-Star Superman issue number 1 by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley with Jamie Grant from DC Comics. Now, All-Star Batman and Robin is one of the worst comics I ever read. This one is supposedly, and said by many that this is one of the greatest Superman stories ever created. I'm not disagreeing. It is that good. So without further ado, let's dive in and see what this is all about, right? You can say this is a sort of what if comic, right? It's not really canon, but it's a great Elseworld story, if you will, although it's not really in the Elseworlds universe normally. There's a lot of alternate Superman stories or superhero stories in general. All right, so you all know this, right? The Superman's origin. It's not a big secret. And look at this. Isn't this looking freaking awesome? Now, I put in a little bit more light in here. It's a little bit dark, so give me a second. All right. Yeah. And this is the sun. And it seems that a group of people are scientists, if you will, are basically investigating. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing this wrong. Here we go. Basically investigating or doing science stuff on the surface of the sun. So this guy is called Mr. Quintum, and he wants to have a spoonful of the sun. But something goes wrong and they're in deep trouble. But then somehow this guy is now exponentially growing, and he is a genetically modified suicide bomb in human form, courtesy of, well, not other than our friend Lex Luthor. And these guys are called Project, run by director Leo Quinton, who is basically a scientist and to find new discoveries. And I thought, okay, who is this woman? And she is talking to someone. Superman's through the corona, but conditions aboard the Ray Bradbury are deteriorating. There can't be much time. And so it seems that the temperature of the solar chromosphere is 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit, right? And then we go to Earth, where Lois Lane is basically already typing the next story. Superman saves first man's sun mission, although he's still on the sun as we speak. And this is, I believe, Kat, and she is, looking to this guy, right? And well, she's doing this. She's always doing that. That's a thing. She knows that Superman will save the day, right? And then we go to Perry. Yeah. Lex Luthor told the world he had reformed, and for some reason the whole world believed him and doubted us. I don't have to tell you I'm proud of every one of you who stuck by the planet's integrity in its darkest hours. But Lex Luthor lied like he always lied. Investing heavily in water, damming more than 15 rivers with intent to profit from global water shortage brought about by tampering with the sun. This is tomorrow's front page. We're breaking the story of the century. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, we have Lex doing some performing stuff. And then, I don't know, this general comes and he says, hey, Lex, I got a call from people from Washington. There's something about journalists. And Lex is explaining that he is, doing some remote controlling juggling, right? The signal takes 9 minutes to reach the sun. He says, the sun, Luthor, release you from jail to work for us, for your country. Says, I tried to be a model citizen, General Lane. Oh, Lane, like Lois Lane's father? Oh, my God. He says, I know all that. But then he says, right, well, this thing is, about to detonate, right? He's approaching critical mass. And 3 months ago, I looked in the mirror at those nasty little spiderwebs of lines around my eyes, and I realized something. I'm getting older, and he isn't. Superman comes, He says, not if I can help it. So, if you want to die happy, if I want to die happy, it's time to get serious about killing Superman. Don't you think? It's great stuff. So, this guy says, my purpose of my existence is to explode. Superman's going to help him with that, right? So he's falling out of this probe. I believe this is a force field or something like that. And he's using, I believe, his super breath to freeze this thing, and then this guy is exploding. And he's saving the day. Now, you might think, what is this? Well, according to this woman, Superman is shielding us by extending his bioelectric field. Seems impossible. So coming back to that a little bit, his bioelectric field, although it's a superpower and it's canon, is not much. Nobody talks about his bioelectric field. I believe I came to know of it at the post-crisis when John Byrne basically, recreated Superman. You know, his origin story, his powers made him basically weaker, although it's, changed a lot. But his bioelectric shield basically is also connecting to his durability, to his flight, some superpowers, I guess. So it's more like some kind of an electric shield that is just, sitting or hanging over his skin very closely. And now, somehow, he can now extend it. Not sure how that works, but it's been explained here. So, this guy is running some tests. He says, you're pushing around 200 quintillion tons. I say your strength has tripled, and at least we still haven't found an upper limit. You manifested one new superpower, and others may appear. That's the good news. The bad news is he's dying. Your trip to the sun exposed your critical levels of stellar radiation, more raw energy than your cells are able to process efficiently. Apoptosis has begun, cell death. There can be only one outcome, even for you. Uh-oh. And so Superman is looking inwards with his X-ray vision, and he's, confirming it. There's some tiny fireworks below his skin. And what a bizarre irony if the source of my powers winds up killing me when everything else has failed. He says, I'm so sorry. If I hadn't tried to steal fire from the sun, none of this would have happened. You risk everything to save me and my crew, but Luthor has used us to kill you. So then he gives basically Superman a tour somewhere, When I resurrected the DNA project and directed it towards the engineering of new human forms, I have one goal in mind, he says. So this is his partner Agatha. She's, genetically modified. And she wants to grow a new Superman if they could crack the Krypton code. Protosynthetic giants, bizarre workers, drones, eidetic projects, resources towards building a new race of superhumans in case anything ever happened to you. Smart thinking. And, giving the tour, this is a voyage to Titan, mentally preparing himself for centuries of deep space exploration. And his blood is 80% liquid nitrogen. Looks great. I love this super high fantasy stuff, And the art looks stellar, right? And we're building Outpost of Tomorrow right here in the now. You inspired it, Superman, all of this. And I promise you we'll find a way to save you or replace you if we have to. But Superman says, no one must know. Not yet. There are things I have to do first. And we go back to the Daily Planet, right? Clark Kent is fired in 10 seconds. He's counting down. And then I love this scene. This is so cool. This is clumsy Clark Kent stumbling and falling and, just in the nick of time, stumbling into Perry White's office. Where the hell have you been, Kent? Working on my suntan, Chief. I like that, from the greatest hero to the most, stumbled, quirky, clumsy fool that Clark Kent is. Meanwhile, the cops are here to arrest Lex Luthor, charges of attempted murder and crimes against humanity. Oh, thank God. It's for my own good. I realize that. Put me away, boys, before I do something really terrible to Superman. And he's smiling. And that's not the end. So we have Lois and nice sense of drama. Can you believe he walks smiling into custody? He could have wound up in the electric chair. So I didn't know at first what it was, but this is some kind of a train, I guess, right? Flying train maybe, or maybe some kind of a, I don't know what it is, but something. And yeah, I wonder what I do if I knew I was dying. And don't you ever worry about that, Lois? Who's dying? Don't be so morbid, Clark. Anyway, so he's bumping into this guy, but accidentally, well, deliberately saving his life because, you know, the exhaust pipe is broken down from this contraption. And he says, "Clumsy idiot, your boyfriend's an idiot. How dare you? He's not my idiot." And I just don't know where my self-esteem would be without you. Alone in front of the television. I love that. Thanks for carrying all this stuff, Clark. But then, Lois, there's something I wanted to tell you. If this is about the trial coverage, we can go over all that mañana. I have to fly, Clark. Lois, let's see how his demeanor is changing. Please stop talking for just 1 second. I have something to tell you. Yeah. You know, this really reminds me of, you know, Christopher Reeve, you know, when he changes his demeanor in the Superman 1 movie, when he, you know, changed his posture, his way of speech, when he took off his glasses and revealed, or trying to reveal, his, you know, identity to Lois. It was great. It was absolutely great. And this is exactly what's happening here. You know, he's taking off his glasses, his demeanor is changing, the way he talks, and shows Lois that he is Superman. And that leads us to none other than the next issue. This is awesome. This is great. This is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this. I have the trade paperback. I cannot wait to show you what's next in store for you all with Superman, All-Star Superman issue number 2, and, you know, the rest of what's coming. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.